The government calls Capricorn Clark. Where did you grow up?
Born in San Francisco, moved to L.A., worked for Def Jam, then Death Row Records, a late 90s gangster rap label.
What was your relation to Suge Knight?
He is the father of my friend's child.
Then you worked for Sean Combs?
Yes, he is over there in a blue sweater. I worked for him from 2004 to 2012.
Were you kidnapped?
Yes.
When did you first meet Mr. Combs?
When I moved to New York City in 2002, we were super platonic friends. A headhunter said I should work for him as a personal assistant.
Your duties?
Shadow him from wake up.
Then what?
Head of women's for Sean John.
How long?
A year. Then global brand director for Sean Combs. Name and likeness due diligence to grow the brand. Then I was terminated until 2016 for Cassandra Ventura.
Did you work in this building?
Yes, we moved there in 2005.
Your first day, where did Mr. Combs take you?
Central Park, after dark, along with Uncle Polly. He looked like a linebacker.
Does this photo look like him?
Nah, he doesn't have on the blackout shades he wore all the time.
What did Mr. Combs tell you in the park?
Since I'd worked for Suge Knight, if anything happened to me, he might have to kill me. Objection.
Overruled. Proceed.
How did you take it?
Seriously, it had gravitas.
How did you react?
I said, I didn't have anything to do with that stuff. Objection.
Sustained. Miss Steiner.
What was Polly's role?
All aspects of Mr. Combs' movements to keep him safe. There were also D-Rock, Roger Bonds, and Reuben.
Who's D-Rock?
A good friend of Biggie Smalls, running back type body.
Did you ever observe Mr. Combs with a gun?
Yes, in my home.
And did he talk about it?
He, Mr. Combs, told Chris Lighty he had a gun. He had a problem with 50 Cent.
Were you ever accused of stealing?
Yes, jewelry. It had been given to me. It was on loan.
It went missing?
Yes.
What did you do?
From Teterboro, I called 1440 and told them to lock it down.
What did Uncle Polly do?
He questioned me 3 hours.
You went home?
To Queens, yes, with Uncle Polly. He searched my house.
Where did Uncle Polly take you?
1710 Broadway. It was dilapidated. It was being fixed up, but I didn't know that. Uncle Polly took me to the 6th floor. The door was locked behind us. There was a 6-foot folding table and a heavy-set man.
Can you describe him?
5 of me, 2 linebackers. He was chain-smoking.
Did Uncle Polly stay?
No. Intermittently, he came back.
What did the heavy-set man say?
I was there to take a lie detector test.
What did he say would happen if you failed the lie detector test?
That they would throw me in the East River. Objection. Can we have a sidebar?
Miss Steiner, you may proceed.
What was his demeanor?
Very serious. I was terrified.
Did you want to be taking the test?
No, I was afraid.
How was the test?
Wires on you and they question you. Did I steal?
Did he tell you the results?
He said to calm down, that he couldn't get a good reading and he might have to throw me in the East River.
Anyone else in the building?
Not to my knowledge.
Could you leave?
No. Paul said no.
What did Paul say at the end?
That he'd come back the next day to figure this out. We started again, another lie detector test in the same location, all day.
Were you free to leave?
No.
How long did this go on?
5 days.
Did you tell anyone where you were?
No. I was just trying to survive it. I worked under an NDA.
Objection.
Sustained. Jury should disregard that last answer.
What have you been doing?
Shadowing Mr. Combs.
What happened after 5 days?
That I could return to work, that Mr. Combs would see me the next week.
Did Mr. Combs ever discuss it with you?
No.
Why did you continue to work with Mr. Combs?
I felt if I left, they'd think I stole.
What were your days like?
From his townhouse at 74th Street and Park in the morning to Diddy's house studio at night.
How much sleep did you get?
On a good day, 4 hours. On a bad day, 2. I got a stress condition. I was paid $55,000.
Did you get paid overtime?
No. I spoke to the head of HR. She said I was owed $80,000.
How did Mr. Combs respond?
He ripped up the paper.
Would Mr. Combs stay at hotels?
Yes.
With whom?
Kim Porter, once a week.
What names would he book the room under?
Frank Black, Frank White.
And the girlfriends?
Jackie Starr.
Where did he stay?
Intercontinental, Buckhead in Atlanta, Beverly Hills Hotel in L.A.
What were in his bags?
A camera, small bottles of baby oil, and lube. Cameras every time.
What would you be doing?
Watching TV, ordering room service, keeping up on sleep. Afterward, I'd sweep the room for anything left behind.
Any damage?
Baby oil.
How frequently would Mr. Combs stay in a hotel with Cassandra Ventura in 2008?
Like once a week. At the Hermitage, the London, Intercontinental, for several days, the IV drips.
Did he speak to you about his relationship with Miss Ventura?
Yes. Miss London was there, Chef Jordan in the other room. He called Cassie over, asked her to walk there. Hand me that. Go back in the other room. She did it.
What did he say?
You bitches won't do that. That's why you don't have a man.
What did you say?
You're motherfucking right.
Did you observe Mr. Combs obtain drugs?
A girlfriend in New York. In L.A. from one stop. Molly, ecstasy. Delivered to Puff or to me.
Did he ask you to get drugs for him?
Yes. Ecstasy.
And in the south of France?
He asked me to get cocaine. I said, for who?
Why?
I wasn't going to do it, given how my mother died.
Objection. Sidebar. Who did Mr. Combs say the drugs were for?
He said, not me.
Did you get them?
Yes, through the Spanish security guard. He also get prescription drugs in my name. They were in the toiletry bag I'd carry for security.
What about bulk cash?
Yes, 100,000 euro coming back from Europe.
Where'd he get it?
Club bookings in Europe. He'd keep it, then give it to security. Then into his bedroom personal safe.
Violence?
Fighting.
Was Mr. Combs violent with you?
Yes, at Star Island he told me, you are not to leave this house. Pharoah Williams was brought in my boat. I returned Mr. Walker to Palm Island. He called and said, where the fuck are you? You can't have a life. One time I asked the chef, if there was turkey bacon. She said, "No fucking turkey bacon." I said, "I hate it here." The chef told Mr. Combs, and he pushed me again and again.
What did he say?
He said, "If you hate it here, get the fuck out of here."
Did you leave your employment?
I did.
But you returned?
As global brand director.
Why?
He was impressed by what I did in the job I'd left for, a couple of albums. He said, "You wouldn't have to work directly for me."
What were you doing for Miss Ventura?
Managing her image, maximizing the optics for her, for Sean Combs. He had the final approval on everything.
In L.A., where did you live?
A gated community. We had followed Kim Porter there.
Where was Miss Ventura?
In New York City on West End. She would come to L.A. and stay with him or with me or in a hotel.
Who else was Miss Ventura seeing?
Scott Muscuddy.
How do you learn that?
She brought him to my apartment.
What did she say?
She told me they were going to this public place in L.A. I told her it was a bad idea and to delete the text.
Why?
If Mr. Combs learned about Mr. Combs paid for my phone and hers. I took Cassie to Best Buy to get a burner phone.
When did Mr. Combs return to town?
Not long after. He took Casey to a hotel, the Cipriani.
And then?
December 22, 2011, between 5:30 and 6 a.m. There was banging at my door.
What did you see through the peephole?
A furious puff. Objection.
Ask another question. Miss Steiner?
What was his movement?
Pacing with something in his hand.
Did you open the door?
I did.
What did you do?
I called Cassie on her burner. I said, "Cassie, what the fuck?" I told her Puff was at Cuddy's house. Then I changed her number on my phone to my best friend Stormy.
What did you hear on the phone?
That Scott was at Cassie's.
When Mr. Combs came back?
He took my phone and called the last number. Then I saw Cuddy driving up. Mr. Combs saw my face and said, "There's that inn right there." We drove off and saw police driving the other way toward Cuddy's. Puff was pulling himself together. We stopped at the Key Club and he told me to call Cassie.
What did he tell you to tell Cassie?
That he had me and wouldn't let me go.
How did Miss Ventura respond?
She said, "Okay, come get me." She was calm.
Who drove you home?
Reuben.
What did Mr. Combs then tell you?
To convince Cuddy to say that it had been him at his house. I picked up Cassie.
Where did you go?
We went to Cuddy's and tried to convince him not to file a police report.
What did you tell them?
That Puff came to my house with a gun.
What did you tell them he said?
"If you tell on him, he'll hurt us all."
What was Mr. Muscuddy's reaction?
Mind blown. Objection.
Sustained. Jury will disregard.
What happened at the house?
He was kicking Cassie again and again.
How was Cassie?
In the fetal position. Mr. Combs kicked her all the way to the street. She was crying silently.
Where was he kicking her?
Her backside.
Where were you?
5 feet away. So was Rube.
What did Mr. Combs say to you?
He said, "If you jump in, I'm going to fuck you up too."
What did Rube do?
Nothing.
Who did you call?
D-Rock. I told him, "Tell your brother to stop Puff. He is kicking the shit out of her." I called Paulie too. He said he'd take care of it, but Rube did nothing.
What next?
Mr. Combs told me to get the fuck out too. I left on foot.
Could you still see her getting kicked?
Until I went around the bend.
Then who did you call?
Regina Ventura. I told her, he's kicking the shit out of your daughter. I can't call the police, but you can.
Why didn't you call the police?
The mission of the day was to get Cuddy, so no calling police.
This email, who is it from?
Cassie. She wrote that he would be releasing sex tapes about me, and he would have someone else hurt me and Scott Miss Cuddy.
Do you recall if you responded to this?
I don't.
Did law enforcement call you?
The Austin investigators. Cuddy had given them my name. I hung up on them. I just wanted this over.
What did Mr. Combs say to you?
He said, I should kill you bitches and I should cut her face.
How many times did Mr. Combs threaten you?
I'd say 50 times. D-Rock was there just doubling down on whatever Puff was saying at the moment.
Who is Harve Pierre?
The president of Bad Boy Records. I told him Puff had kidnapped me.
What did Harve Pierre tell you?
He said, that's crazy, but it's going to be okay. I got a termination notice. I was accused on not properly putting in for the vacation I was on.
Had you put in?
Yes, to Harve Pierre.
Did you lose benefits?
All of them. Health, 401k, my house and car.
What did Mr. Combs say?
That I would never work again, that he would make me kill myself.
Did you get a job offer?
I did, but it fell through. I couldn't get a job.
Did you settle with Mr. Combs?
In October 2012 for... Objection. Can I approach?
Aside from that settlement agreement, do you have any other pending litigation against Mr. Combs?
No.
Did you go back to work for him?
2016. No one else would hire me. Cassie had a new record deal with Epic.
Who did you have to get approvals from?
Sean Combs. Cassie was taking more drugs.
Was she still dating Mr. Combs?
Yes.
In December 2023, why did you retain an attorney?
I was traumatized by Casey's civil complaint. Her complaint did not reference me. I reached out to Mr. Combs and said, I want my life back. You kidnapped me. Objection.
Overruled.
Was there a discussion of you working for Mr. Combs again?
Yes, as chief of staff.
When did you last speak with Ms. Ventura?
2018.
And Mr. Muscuddy?
2012.
No further questions.
Break.
Can I start?
Well, we're taking a break. Ms. Clark, you are still under oath.
We met in April 2024. You had a lawyer. Brian Friedman?
Yes.
You wanted to come back and work for Mr. Combs, right?
We discussed it, yes.
You saw Miss Garagos taking notes?
Yes.
You said you didn't think Cassie was good for Mr. Combs. Why?
I just thought they were toxic.
Tell me about when you were in New York.
I was in the Bronx. I hated it. It was 2002. I met Jeanette, then Mr. Combs. In 2001 was the World Trade Center thing. Then I met Mr. Combs.
He wasn't doing drugs, right?
He did ecstasy in Daddy's house.
But it got worse.
Yes.
You authorized Mr. Freeman to seek a job for you.
It was all very procedural, lawyer to lawyer.
But you were told you couldn't be given a job in the middle of the investigation?
I don't remember that.
You called him Chalk for chocolate?
I did.
You started with Def Jam. Run DMC?
I don't go back that far. I'm more Foxy Brown, Redline, Jay-Z.
So how did you come to work for Mr. Combs?
I put my resume on Monster. after the World Trade Center thing. He said, "You'd work for me?" I was like, "Maybe." He was acting on Broadway in Raisin in the Sun. I was impressed. He had a major part. He was a star. Then I shadowed him on the Vote or Die campaign. My job was to get the T-shirts on the celebrities and into the photo shoots. I'd call them and say Puff wanted them to come. And they came? They did. How long before the jewelry missing thing? It was about 4 months. On the 4th of July, he threw a white party at his home on the Hamptons that year with Vote or Die. When did the jewels missing happen? After July 4th. The jewels were still on loan from Jacob the jeweler. Who else got the lie detector? Mike B., his stylist. He too had gone to street level of 1440 for manicures. The lie detector test was the next day. You never told HR? Nah, I got fired for 3 weeks. How did you get unfired? I went to work on his 35th birthday at Cipriani to do the celebrity list. I came back. 2004 to 2006? Not all. As a personal assistant? Then liaison. I was making $65,000 for Combs, then $90 at Jive. Why'd you come back to Combs? I had gotten top records for R. Kelly. Mr. Combs said he was impressed, asked me to come back for Sean John for women. I think I was a really good employee for him. He told you you were awesome? He did not use that word. You worked hard for him. I did. Others worked hard too, right? Not as hard as me. I did learn a lot from Mr. Combs. He broke that glass ceiling for us black people in the business world. Do you need a minute? No, it's just complicated. When you went into the park, it was to Tavern on the Green. We parked there. Early in the day in the park, we ran into Nas. When you say he had Miss Ventura spin, who was there? Let me show you what you said. You said Lorianne Gibson was there. They misheard me. When did you first meet Cassie Ventura? I met her with Ryan Leslie. Why did you not get along with Cassie sometimes? In 2008, she got more bravado being his girlfriend the longer it lasted. She thought I was being paid to help her. Objection.
Sustained. Re-ask.
What did you see? She went from being a sweet model to being a feisty girlfriend. Do you think she was talented? She had talent and was very beautiful. But not talented? She was not. I have good taste. Talented to me is Whitney Houston and Mariah Carey. Cassie, she was more of a studio musician. She needed things equalized. Did she perform live? A couple times, not the greatest. Was she a hard worker? At times. When wasn't she a hard worker? She preferred to be with her boyfriend. When we moved to L.A. after Kim had the twins, 2009-ish, I saw her developing more of her relationship with Puff, with Mr. Combs. He supported her? Yes, with stylists, other musicians, all the components to make a star. Did she get more help than others? Yes, young jock and groups from Atlanta. I developed French Montana. I ran into Cassie. She said she had a new deal with Epic. I dressed her like David Bowie. We did a photo shoot at my house. We wrote a mini movie and shot it for the project. What about Official Girl? Super cute video. King of Hearts? It was fresh. Puff liked it. Cassie had a green wig? Yes. We moved to admit this witness. There is a ceiling issue. You don't remember this email? I don't. How did you know about burner phones? I grew up in Los Angeles. In December 2011, Mr. Combs was at an orphanage in Almaty, Kazakhstan. I heard it was Russia. How did Mr. Combs get into your building? I was told the security guards got fired. What was his name? Some random security guard. What did he look like? Black guy, younger than 35. What was Mr. Combs doing with the gun? He had it in his hand. He wasn't pointing it at you? Nah, but you told the government he pointed it at you. It says, waved it around. That's more correct. Where did you change into street clothes? In my closet. Isn't it true you went so that Mr. Combs wouldn't do something stupid? Nah, I went because he said he didn't care. I didn't want to go. He's a jealous guy. He has a bad temper. To the Escalade, did you pass a security guard? I saw him in his little hut. Mr. Combs was behind the driver with a gun on his lap. You made a call? Not then. Did you look at Kid Cudi's door to see if they could get through it? I was not really paying attention. I was so in my head trying to plan my next step. I was praying that Cudi was not there. Did Cassie have 2 rooms? Cudi took her to one room. She had another. You're all 100% that you called and told them Puff had a gun. Yes, I said it very quickly. I didn't want Puff to see me on the phone. Did you say that Lauren London was on the phone with you and Cassie and Cudi? Nah, only part of the time. I wanted someone to know where I was. What did you tell her? I'm scared of mountain lions. Mountain lions? I don't know if you know the Hollywood Hills. Coyotes. Maybe Lauren was on the phone. Maybe. It's such a long time ago. Are you aware that Lauren and Mr. Combs were friends for years after this? Yes. Then you see the Porsche coming up the hill. Yes. Cudi is in the black Porsche. He stops next to us, then speeds off. We chase him. Then? He loses us. We turn away. Then we see police pass us. You go to pick up Cassie and go where? Cudi's house. There was ADT there. Then you go to Mr. Combs' house and you say you see Mr. Combs kicking Cassie there and even in the street. Yes. You hung up on the fire inspector. I did. When were you on vacation? It was with who? Rihanna. After you were fired, what job did you get? I was hired by Chris Lighty to work for 50 Cent. Here you wrote to Mr. Combs, one day you'll forgive me. Anyway, be well, XX. Yes. You wrote, on February 28, 2015, your grace period to be mad at me has surpassed the agreed time, LOL. You wrote that? Yes, sir. Please read that out loud. I wrote, she was never my friend. She wanted me gone. I realized. Did you think Cassie wanted you gone? Sorry. This is complicated for me. I felt that I was Puff's protector. I felt the only one gone. She was still there, and things were getting worse. I tried to keep professionalism as the goal. You thought you could be his protector? It was to move the ball toward the goal, to inspire. Did it hurt that he would only take you back because Cassie wanted? Yes. I have no parents. My son is autistic. My stakes are higher.
How much more, Mr. Agnafilo?
Can I talk to the government?
Sidebar.
Just a few more minutes and we'll get you out today. Thank you, sir. You did a lot of great work with Cassie in 2016 and 2017, right? I believe so. Cassie had addiction problems? Yes. You made a short movie with her? It was called Love-A-Loser. You wrote to him asking for forgiveness? I wanted my life back, my dream, my competency. When you met with me, You wanted to work for him, right? We discussed it. Nothing further.
Miss Steiner?
How much was Mr. Combs required to pay you?
Sidebar.
What happened with the job with Chris Lighty?
He died the day before I was supposed to start. Then at Interscope, it wasn't about a job. They told me to leave Puff alone. I object.
Sustained.
I was blacklisted. Objection.
Sustained.
Why did you return to work for Mr. Combs?
So people could see I wasn't disposable. At this level of business, he held all the power.
Why did you meet them?
Get my life back.
In the kidnapping, did Mr. Combs carry a gun?
Yes.
Jurors, I know we kept you longer than I said. Thank you. See you tomorrow. All rise.